Hello everyone, it's Winona for Dairy Barn Art. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and comment. So this is a channel about cross stitch, quilting, crocheting, kind of fiber arts, maybe some paper crafting. Probably in the winter here I'll do some paper crafting. But I do have another channel and it's called The Left-Handed Beater, where I make jewelry or show what I've made. And I just want to show you quickly what I made just the other day. I made this three necklaces to go together. I think it's probably one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. Um, but anyway, that's on my videos on the Left-Handed Beater. There's a link in the description below to that channel. Let's get started. And first we'll start with a little bit of everyday gratitude, which I read from this book, Everyday Gratitude. Ooh, there's glare there. It says, wholeheartedness is a precious gift, but no one can actually give it to you. You have to find the path that has heart, and then walk it impeccably. It's like someone laughing in your ear, challenging you to figure out what to do when you don't know what to do. It humbles you and it opens your heart. And that's by Pema Chodron. And the question it asks is, when have I let myself be led from an intuitive space in my heart? I think often as crafters and artists, we are led by intuition, and as women as well, we're led by intuition. Anyway, my light just died because I turned it off. There we go. I have these lights that are very sensitive to touch, and I put the book on it and it shut it right off. But it's been a long time. Again, it's a lot longer than I planned. I don't know where the days go. I don't know. I just don't know. It seems like I'm busy all the time. And then I think, what did you do? And yeah, don't really know. Mind you, I do have 3 hobbies that I'm working diligently on right now. I'm sewing and quilting, I'm doing jewelry, and I'm cross stitching. So those take up quite a bit of time. And once I get my embroidery machine out, I'm going to be doing some embroidery for Christmas as well. So I'll be busy. And when you consider that I'm not a healthy person. I live in chronic pain, and as a result of that, I'm on a lot of medications. So I'm only really good for about 4 hours of the day, and then the rest of the day I'm done. I can't do anything. And I was doing okay. It's my feet that are in pain all the time, and my back. But then my shoulder started to bother me, and I'm left-handed. And if I cross stitch for too long, it just aches like crazy. And I've been going to see a massage therapist. We've been doing exercises, but it's getting better. It is. It was a lot worse a few months ago, but it's not like now. I want to be better now. So anyway, I don't have a lot to talk about because I live a very boring life, but I've been spending a lot of time with my mom in Regina. My mom turned 86, is turning 86, turned 86 in October. I forget that it's November. And, with age, I worry that how much longer will she be in her home? And I'm not talking a year, I'm talking like 5 years down the road, maybe. But she's always been my best friend. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed to have such a good relationship with my mom and my whole family. And that's a lot to say for my mom. My mom instilled the importance of family to us growing up. But I went up for Halloween. I didn't, even though my nephew is staying with her, I didn't know if he would be going out or what, and I didn't feel comfortable her being alone on Halloween in case there were any tricksters out there that might have done something to her. She lives in a fairly good neighborhood, but a year and a half ago, a man that lives across the alley from her, who should have been in mental health facility, he had issues. He murdered a woman and cut her up and put her in his shed. Well, you just don't think those things happen around you. And he's out in 5 years. He was sentenced to 5 years, and he's out. I think his daughter's trying to sell the house though, so hopefully he doesn't come back to that area. But I still worry about mom. I worry about people taking advantage of her. So I went up for Halloween, and then I stayed for a few days we went shopping a bit. She likes to shop. She likes to go looking. We ordered a electric wheelchair that collapses that I can take to retreats and things, and I can go shopping in stores like Marshall's and Winners and Home Sense that I haven't been able to shop in because it's too there's no carts there. Just wait, Michael's, wait. But anyway, that's about it. I think the rest of this video will be shot top down, so I can show you my things because I can't hold them up because of my shoulder. And so I will, you won't see me for the rest of the video, but I will be here. Okay, blast from the past. I first saw these charts about 10 years ago, and I looked for them and couldn't see them. It was actually this cat that really got me with the pansies because my grandma loved pansies, and I wanted to do them, but I couldn't find the charts, so I found them on a Canadian stash unloading group, and so I picked them up. I got the summer, or maybe that's spring, and then summer, brown-eyed Susans, and then autumn with the leaves, and then winter with the holly and berries. So, and the charts are pretty nice. Like, they're nice and big, so they shouldn't be too hard to do. I think they were done on black, on a 14 count black Ada, and I probably will do them on the black because that's the negative where you don't have to stitch then. But yeah, I was really excited to find them. And the same lady that had them had these butterfly fairies. Aren't these gorgeous? There's the one, and then there's the other one. Oh, I want to do them. I just need more time. And then these charts are in color, so that's even nicer. So that is my blast from the past today. I'm so thankful when I can find something I really like and it's a reasonable price on a stash unloading group. A lot of times there are things that I just think are kind of junk. I would probably take to a thrift shop if I own them myself, or throw them in the garbage. But they want a lot of money for them. They want almost new price, and it's so nice when you can find something that's reasonably priced that you really want too. That's awesome. So I've got my notes here. I would do FFOs and fully finished objects and finished objects, but I don't have any. I just don't seem to get anything done. I think what I'll do one month is my focus will be on trying to finish these charts, fully finish these charts that I have finished, or send them away to framers. But that'll be maybe January. I'll start the year off right doing that. So my starts and my whips, I'll be right back. Okay, let's do this again. I started to do this and I was showing the chart. Both sides of my sleeve had the chart in it. But anyway, I joined the autumn Stitchalong for the autumn Quaker by Lila's Studio. I don't know, like my aunt's name is Delilah or Lila. I call her Lila, but I've heard a lot of people say Lila, so I'm not sure exactly how you say that. But anyway, the chart is Autumn is as Joyful, and I've wanted to do these Quakers ever since I started cross-stitching again, so I thought this was a good one to join along. So I picked up floss, what I could, at Michael's in Regina. I haven't even kitted it yet. I haven't put it on drops, and that's as far as I got, because I didn't have the next color. And I probably have it at home in my stash, but I haven't had a chance to get back to it. So I don't know if I'll do it this month. I may put a day in on this month, but I'm not sure, because when I tell you about my plans, yeah, you'll hear it in my plans. You just have to stay tuned. So anyway, that's as far as I got on that stitch. And I'll have to, I need to make project bags. Maybe in January I'll stop what I'm doing on my quilting journey and make some project bags. This is stitched on, what a mess here, 36 count Regency Edinburgh linen and it's about a fat quarter of it that I bought, and it sure is wrinkled. But I didn't take the hoop off or anything because I thought I was going to get back to it right away, but I didn't. I'll show you up close my stitching. So I'm doing a lot on 40 count lately, but I find that I'm a lot slower on 40 count, and I'm thinking I've got a fairly good stash of 40 count now. I think I have to go back and start getting some 36 count because those two are my favorites. Just put this on the floor beside me. And then my Sunday stitch is, this is the day. One thing I love about going to my mom's is she loves to do embroidery. So I cross stitch while she does embroidery. And we have a great time. So here I've got my project card out. And these I had made up. And I still haven't sent them to the viewer that asked for them. I am so sorry. I keep forgetting. Oh, I don't have a pen here. Just give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to write a note on here. I remember at the stupidest time. Okay, so I'm going to send some of these out. But anyway, I put everything on here, and I put my project number, and then these will get filed in my Lori Holt little boxes when I'm done. So anyway, this is the pattern. I think most of you have seen it. I just love it. I love it. And these are the floss. I made a little floss bling, but my glue bubbled. I don't know what I did wrong. You can see there how it's bubbled. And I've got all the required floss in here. The DMC are all on project tags. Oh, that's ecru. That's why I didn't put the name on it. But they're lovely colors to work with. And then we'll take this out. Oops. There we go. Just put that in there. I love Vintage Country Mocha. I know it's kind of a, people look kind of down on it because it's printed and not dyed, but it's beautiful. Okay, so there's my, I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. There we go. So there's where I am. I stitched the goat, and I thought of taking it out, but I think I'm just going to leave it. This is one of my first big ones that I've done since I came back to cross stitch, and I've been working on it for a year. But I'm starting to do these little chimneys, and man, they look tiny on this house. But I've got the whole house filled. I forgot to fill in this here, and I caught it, thank goodness, because I could see myself framing it and then finding out that I forgot that. But the whole house is done except the chimneys and then the swirls. And then this over here shouldn't take too terribly long. Now all the rest should go fairly quickly. So I'm anxious. I'm going to get this professionally framed when I do finish it. And I'm stitching this on a Nerge #1 hoop. I really like this size. I find my hands hurt. Sorry about that. My camera just suddenly died. I'm having issues. My iMac is not picking up my phone properly to record. So it's actually recording to on the computer itself rather than my phone, which I normally do. And I don't know why it suddenly wants to do that. Got to make sure that my chart's not showing. So this is Susan by Carolyn Manning Designs. This Barb Stitchy Brat started a stitch along with this. This chart was designed in memory of a friend of Carolyn's that passed away from cancer. And I'm kind of doing it in memory of myself, in honor of myself who have survived cancer. And I love it. I love it. It's stitched on, I didn't know what I had it on. This I picked up at StitchCon. 40 count Atomic Ranch Clover, and I bought a fat quarter. It's stitched all in DMCs. These are the DMCs. Really pretty. A lot are similar, but not quite the same. And this is where I'm at. Well, kind of. Somewhere in here, I had to restitch this from the last time. And if I have a picture, I'll put it up in the corner of the last time I filmed. But somewhere when I restitched it, or it could be even back here, I'm out half a stitch, which I corrected in this area. So rather than pull everything out, I'm going to fudge it, but go from here on for the count, and then I'll go this way with the count, and maybe I can fix it, or it'll just get fixed on its own. It's only half a stitch that I was out, but I did want to fix it. And there, if you look, there's my stitching. I love this. I love working on it, even though I probably pick out more than I stitch each time because I keep making mistakes. But it's not the chart's problem, it's my problem. And I picked this up on Amazon because you're often changing your threads, and I don't like to leave the threads in. I prefer to just tie off and restart if I can. I just get too confused. So I've just quickly made the symbols up, and I'm sticking them in here with the threads on the needles. I find that's the quickest. But this is, I think it's, the Stitchalong is, oh, I don't know. I'll have to put it in I'll put it on across the screen and put it in the description at the end, at the bottom of the screen. But this is a little bit bigger nerd hoop. I kind of like it because I think I'll be able to stitch the whole project on it. But these are interesting. I think I wouldn't mind getting a few more of these for other projects and just keep them with it. But that's Susan. And then I've kind of started on Fridays. I'm working on Hawk Run Hollow because I know people have a stitch along on Hawk Run Hollow, and I thought, you know, even though I'm not part of their group, I still would like to participate. And I had purchased Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I'll pull it out just in a minute here. When I first started back at cross stitching. Oh, it's in a bag still. So I am stitching because I don't think my fabric is big enough. There's the picture of it. I am stitching from the bottom up. I'm just going to do this side and work my way up to see how far I can get on this fabric. And then wherever I can get, I'm going to stop. It's got to be a whole image, a whole square that I can do. And then I'll start on the side and I'll sew these two together when I'm done, wherever that seam may be. It'll be somewhere in between blocks. But because I'm not sure exactly that this is a 36 count fabric. I think it might be a smaller count, meaning like a 32. It just feels a little loose for me. So here I've got all my, this I feel, Floss Boss and Cousins, Don't Be a Heifer. I got a card from StitchCon. So I started this at StitchCon. So I've put my information here. This is stitched on 36 count as Zweigart Golden Promise, which I picked up on that Canadian stash unloading group. I gotta be there at the right time though, because they have lots, but you just don't always get it. So here's all my threads, or my strings. Who is that? Oh, Julie. Daughter is cross-stitching and she calls them strings. And then here's where I got, now I wouldn't have got this far, but sometimes I do it on Saturday too, and I do it at Mom's. I screwed up here and I had to restitch all of this, and then I was at Mom's and I was stitching and I stitched all of this, and in the morning I went to stitch this wooden slat and I was out, so then I had to tear all this out and redo it. And Yeah, but I've got the kitties, and I've just got a cloud with some streams of sunlight and hearts and a few things scattered about, and then the tree and the leaves. And then I can get on to the next block. So one is going to be done soon, but it won't be done this month because I have to share my plans with you yet. And everything keeps coming back to plans. And I'm not ready to share those plans with you until later in the video. But I enjoy stitching on this, and I wish that I like the Hawk Run Hollows that are in this color. I wish I had used something a little more like a cream color for spring more so. And these bags I just picked up on Amazon. They're nice. They do when you're too lazy to make bags. When you have like probably a million yards of fabric on hand and you still don't make bags. So then September's WIPCO numbers were 4 for a Stitcher's Garden and 11 for the farmer. And I succeeded in both of them. Oh man, I got thread stuck in here. That's not a good sign. And I have to fix that. So here's the Stitcher's Garden from Tiny Modernist. A lot of people have done this. Oh, even my... Boy, I have a mess here. Oh my goodness, I have a mess. So my thread, my floss is all tangled up, and it's all over dyed floss. There's a heart floss bling that I made, and we'll undo this. This is an old hoop. I have to spend a day organizing, putting project cards inside all of my whips and that, so that everything is organized. What a mess. So there it is, a Stitcher's Garden. I pull it up for you, but it's just such a mess. And this is stitched on, it's not a mystery, it's a Witchold fabric. It is 28 count water lily linen by Witchold, and I do not care for this linen, but I love the color. And this is a piece when I first started back in, this is one of the first charts that I bought. So not a whole lot to do, and this will be finished. Maybe it could get an iron. I'm reluctant to iron my pieces in between because I feel that I just don't, with all the oils in your skin when you're stitching and then you iron them into your fabric over and over again, I don't think that's the best thing to do. Okay, I hope this is still filming. But yeah, like I don't want to be ironing them though all the time. And it takes me forever to stitch something. So there's that. This is one of my favorites, definitely one of my favorites. And I worked on this at my mom's quite a bit. Let's find the cover. Why I got so much done on it. And this is stitched on 36 count pistachio by Roxy Floss and Linen from Evertote. I love it. I can't believe how much stuff I left in the hoop this month. I buy these cheap wooden hoops at Michael's. Here's the chart. It's Cottage Garden Samplings, which has become one of my favorite pattern companies. except their charts take a long time to do, but they're worth it. They're just so much fun to stitch. And here's all the called for. One thing that they do is most of the floss in her pad or their patterns are DMC with a few. They throw in a few little over dyes. And this is blue jeans, and the rest here are DMC. So here's where I got. Let's see if I can bring this up for you to see. That linen is so nice to stitch on. And I'm going to do the whole snowman, and then I'll come back to the vegetables in here and the basket. But I think I'm going to do the whole snowman. And then there's little birds, little chicks flittering around. And then some snowflakes here and there. But I was hoping to get them done at Mom's. But I got a good start. I hadn't done the carrots, so I had to do the carrots. And then this, actually I'll put a photo up here where I was before, if I don't forget. I'm having a little bit of a rough day here today. I'm just... my brain is definitely somewhere else. And I don't know where I left it. It's just not here with me. I think it's because I know I have so much work to do and I need to get it done. My garden is all in. Everything's been, that needs to be processed has been processed. The yard's cleaned up pretty good for the winter. We had snow last night. I hate winter. Okay, and then October's numbers for Whipco were number 8, Post Stitches by Sue Hillis. This I kind of took downstairs, and I've been working on it down in the living room. I love the colors in here. These are very much colors from my living room, which I don't understand why I didn't change the colors to pastels. Because this is what, I'll hang this in the living room anyway. I have quilts down there and everyone knows I quilt. So here's the floss, all DMC. These are little floss drops I made. I took them to Cincinnati with me when I went to Kentucky to the see the Ark, and I stopped in at Keepsakes, and I gave some of these away to people, and I gave a few bags away. But anyway, this is stitched by Sue Hillis, and I think, if I'm not wrong, I think she is Barbara's sister, maybe, from Keepsakes. I could be wrong, but here's the chart. And here's where I'm at. Now I know this is really light on camera. It's really light, but it gets back stitching around it, and it gets back stitching down. If you look here, there's back stitching all the way around, and then there's back stitching in between. So I think it'll show up. One thing I am going to change is I'm going to take one of the peachier colors or terracotta colors, and I'm going to do maybe not a log cabin, but maybe like just rounds of different colors in there, so there's something behind that. But I'm almost halfway done. I've got just have to sew these 2 rows here, do this one, and then I'll be on my road to finish. And that I work on downstairs. Anything 14 count I can work on in just regular light. Anything bigger, and I pretty much need some extra lighting. And I don't have the best lighting in our living room. And then the other number was, oh, this is beautiful. Number 17, Martha S. Scott by GGR. I love this. I love this. I just have to open this off camera because I think the picture is hidden somewhere here. Here it is. So this is the chart. I think I may have seen like Laura or Brenda sew this on Brenda and the Cereal Starter. I think because a lot of the samplers that I really want to do, I think I've seen them do. But this is stitched on 32 count great grad notes from by Molly. Is that right? I think I wrote that down wrong. It says grad notes by Molly. I put on with the called for floss. I'm stitching 1 strand of floss over 2 stitches. I'd hope to finish this in the 5 days, but I didn't get a lot of stitching in. I stitched at my mom's a bit and got some more in, so I pretty much got the first row done, but I still have a ways to go here with the rest. But it's one I love working on. I really like working on the samplers, but I like other things too, and everything, it takes a while to do. I usually only stitch, if I get up early in the morning, I'll stitch till 9 o'clock in the morning. But a lot of days I don't get up till 8:30. And that's kind of controlled by my sleeping pills. But and then I usually come upstairs, and usually around 11 I watch Days of Our Lives, and I'll stitch during that. But then that's it for the day for me. I go make my jewelry, I go quilting, I'm just on to other things. But this is one of my very favorites. This is Star Dragon by Owl Forest. This is stitched on 40 count linen, Legacy Fiber Arts Millstone. I got the floss from Owl Forest. It was a little pricey, but there were only a few colors needed. The floss is beautiful, but I do wax it when I use it. Otherwise, it really frays, I find. But there's the chart. I'm a long ways from stitching a dragon or anything exciting. But I do enjoy it. And I work on this on the 30th of the month. And if there's a 31st, sometimes I'll work on it for the 31st. This was my birthday stitch this year. And that's where I am. See the variegation? Oh, I guess you can't see. See the variegation? Right, so I've done all the way down here. So I'm about here on this side. Now I'm going to work my way across here. And I might go in here and do some fun stuff. But I'm determined to try to keep that border caught up. Because otherwise at the end I won't want to do the border. I'll just want to do all the good stuff. I really want to do him. He looks so beautiful. But yeah, just a few colors. That red is just unbelievable. Look at the red. It looks kind of dull here, but it doesn't. It has a nice sheen. And the green. They do have DMC equivalents, but I wanted the variegation. And then this is the one I've been working with. And then I even picked up the needle minder. Now this is a super strong magnet. Like it takes power to move it. But I don't even use it as a needle minder because I tuck my needle into my thread. That's about it for my stitching this month. I'd hoped to, my plan was to do some Halloween stitching, but I didn't have time. It's just like everything. I took extra time on certain projects, and I was visiting my mom, so I'd only take a few projects up. And yeah, that's just the way it is. That's just all I got done. And I don't really decorate for Halloween anyway, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't put anything out for, I don't have any little kids that come visit, and my grandkids live in another town, so they're not over for Halloween, so I don't really put anything out anymore. But if I stitch some things, I would put them out though. So I still haven't done any crocheting. I don't know why I'm procrastinating. I got that Afghan almost done, but I think as it cools off, I'll spend time in the morning on it. I'll try to do it a bit after my Bible study every morning. I've been doing a fair bit of sewing, and I haven't quilted any quilts that I finished the tops yet. They're all on my machine. I keep saying tomorrow I'll do it, tomorrow I'll do it, but it's just the energy needed to load the quilt. I just haven't had it. But actually, I have been sewing. I've been working on Crows in the Corn by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet Company. Um, if you haven't watched my videos before, I'm a I'm kind of a, what is it called? Not a stalker, but I'm just a Lori Holt fanatic. I just love her quilts. So I've done all the crows. There were crows facing left and then crows facing right. So there were 8 of these and 9 of these to do. I've cut out all my fabrics and actually started sewing some of them together. I had 2 stacks of these little squares and a rectangle in that color, but I'm working on sewing those together. And probably tomorrow I'll get back at it. I've just been so busy trying to get a few videos out between my 2 channels. Where can I set this? Up here. I don't want it to fall down. And then in my last video I told you I signed up for the mystery block of the month at Fat Quarter Shop. So I had 3 of the months because I signed up late. So this is month 1, and it's like a spool with a heart in the middle. This was month 2, a little more intricate. This center one, I have glue on my finger. This center one is all pieced, and I'm pretty impressed because it did come together really nicely. Pressing open really makes a difference, I find. Here you can see not so nice. I didn't line up as good there. I could take it apart and redo it, but you know what? I'm just impressed with that. And then this was fun to do. This was the bird. Geez, I have threads loose everywhere. So that's that. And that, I believe, oh no, I have one more to show you. It's not really impressive so much, but my friend got all these flannel squares, and she had this idea that we would do these quilts. And these are just sewn up, just random. They're just, some of the squares aren't the same size. It's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's actually from, I need to get my notes here, based on a little book. And the book is The Ghost Who Was a Quilt. And so I need to applique eyes on here, and then a mouth, and then I'll quilt it. I'll throw it on the frame and quilt it. I'm not sure if she's still going to donate them. If she does not, and if she doesn't mind, I might give this to my grandchildren for Christmas with the book, and I'll put a picture of the quilt or the book up there. But anyway, that's about it for sewing. Doesn't seem like a lot for the amount of time I've been gone, but as again, I do what I can, and I'm not going to apologize. I do what I can, and I wish I could do more. Every day I ask myself, are you going to stay up after supper and cross stitch? And I tell myself, yes, you're going to do that. And every day after supper, I head for bed. I'm exhausted. I just kind of hit a brick wall, and then I can't do anything else. So hopefully in the months ahead, that'll get better. As usual with my haul, I start out with my monthly clubs that I subscribe to, and I subscribe to a lot. So every month, well, I don't do my videos every month. Every couple of months, I have a lot to show you, and it's because I've been subscribed to them. In the new year, I'm going to let a few things go, and I may pick up a few different things. But anyway, I have my Teresa Kogut and Liz Matthews monthly things, but I put those up, the Patreon things. I put those away because I think most of you have seen them from other videos. If you want to see them, let me know, and I'll save them for the next video. And then I got my Lori Holt Stitch Card Set V. This is really nice. So I need to get stitching on these little guys. And then I got my Cottage Garden Country Cottage Needleworks Country Cottage Ornaments Pastel Collection, and I got the Christmas swan. I might have another one down here because my pile kind of fell over and it's not quite in order. I was too lazy to put everything where it belongs. But I saw a lady. Well, first of all, I'll show you this Lugana I got. It's a 28 count Lugana, opal Lugana sea glass from Bestitch Me, because I saw a lady stitching one of, not of this one, but a different one in similar colors on this, and it looks so pretty. So that's my plan, is to stitch all these on this opalescent Lugana. I might have to change a few colors, but that's fine. And I'm going to make them into Christmas tree ornaments. But anyway, I ordered this Lugana from Bestitch Me, and they sent some sample silks. Isn't that nice? I've got another thing in my cart to order from them too. But look at this. Do they have names on? These are just sample silks. Isn't that beautiful? And look how good it would look on this sea glass. I actually think I'm going to let go of my linen companies, my One at Traditional Stitches and my Grace Notes, and I'm going to do Bestitch Me next year, just to get some different variety linens. This is gorgeous. And then the yellow. So I just want to put this to the side for later. And this I'm just going to drop on the floor and I'll deal with it later. I'll have a heck of a mess. Then I got my Lori Holt Fat Quarter Clubs. Oh, these are heavy. I meant to do this video over a week ago, and I didn't have all of this over a week ago, so that's part of the reason it's a mess. But I do get a lot. So what do I have here? August and July. So from the Fat Quarter shop, I got the July Fat Quarter Club. I'm also going to cancel one of my Lori Holt Fat Quarter Clubs next year, because I get 2 of them, and I'm going to stick with the Happy Little Stitch Shop, and I'm going to go with the, what is it? Reproductions, Civil War Reproductions from Fat Quarter Shop. But these are very patriotic colors for Americans, red, white, and blue. For us Canadians, red and white. Wouldn't the maple leaf flag look cute done up and added these colors in the maple leaf for some? Lori Holt, design that for us, please. A Canadian flag. Just quickly flipping through, and then I'll have to put all these away. Oh man, that's tomorrow's job, will be editing the video, because it's already like 3 o'clock. I can't believe it's so late. I started this fairly early too, but I was having technical issues. And so tomorrow I'll edit, and then I'll put things away. So that's another day done. And then Friday's Bible study. So I'm supposed to do my beads Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday I do quilting, and then Sunday is strictly cross stitch. Well, that's, once I get this video out, it'll be better. And maybe if I did a video more often, it wouldn't be so much stuff. But here is August's with the 2 browns, 2 greens, 2 blues. Oh, this is nice. I love Lori Holt fabric, and I've gotten to have quite a collection, so I think I can let go, do some of the quilts up, and then I can always go back. I try to buy, when she has a new collection, I try to buy the Fat Quarter bundle from her new collection. So that's adds up. But I'm retired. I have no children at home. I spend enough on my grandchildren. I'm very fortunate to have my pension coming in, and I made sacrifices so that I could have the pension I have. I worked away from home for a few years near the end of my career so that I could build my pension up at a higher wage, but it also meant that I wasn't home all week. But, and this one, I love this one. Makes me just want to stop everything and sew, but then again I want to stop everything and stitch. And I have a bag of beads waiting for me, a couple of bags of beads waiting for me. I want to do those too. So what have we got here? We've got October, November. Okay. I like to support Happy Little Stitch Shop. I know they're like basically a starting business and a family-run business, but so is Fat Quarter Shop. But it's hard starting a business, so I try to spend a little money at each place. The only problem is the shipping kills me. But my last shipment from Happy Little Stitch Shop was $100 in shipping. That's a little hard to take. And then another $60 at the border. I think I've used this one already. I love the oranges. Okay. And then this one is November. I just got this in the mail yesterday. This was my part of my order that cost me $100 to ship. But you can't buy it. Like, you can't find the variety up here. Someone may bring in a few pieces, but very seldom do they bring in the whole line. Mind you, one of the shops did. Mama Bear's Quilt Shop did. But I had already purchased the Fat Quarter bundle about a month before they brought it in. And that's what I'm using to sow my crows in the cornfields, I should say. Oh, look at this one. I love this orange. I don't know if it shows on camera. It looks a little bit yellow at times in some of the spots. It's really cool. This is nice too. I think I might do her scarecrow quilt. I need to live to be 732 years old to get everything done that I want to get done. Then, Cottage Garden samplings. Now this is another one that just came in the mail yesterday. So I'm a little bit disorganized with this one. The house. Okay. So A Time for All Seasons, October, is this raven or this crow. Love it. And then here's the floss pack for it. What I do is I put the DMC in my stash. I put it all in my stash, and when I start these, I'll pull it out of the stash. I know I'll have it. And then we've got A Time for All Seasons, Turkey Day. This is gorgeous. We used to have wild turkeys. The Wildlife Club let them out by our place because our house was by a lake, and they thought that was a good place. I don't know why, because we didn't have a lot of trees, and wild turkeys really like trees. They moved on to our neighbor's place shortly after because they had the trees in there. But I'd often, in the mornings, I'd see them with their babies walking on a road, the road in our yard, and it was kind of cool. A long thing to say, I really like this. And then we've got the Fabulous House series. We've got the Fairy House. And these I can't decide. Both of these I can't decide if I'm going to stitch them all together or if I'm going to stitch them separately. I can't make up my mind. And then this just came, the Haunted House. There's one more in these series. And then there's the floss. And I know I haven't started one of them, but I really like it. So then, let's look here. I got all my floss fixes. Okay, so I think I'm just not going to worry about months. This is the Gent Arts Floss Club League from the Happy Stitch shop, and they're going alphabetically. So here we've got chalk, cast iron skillet. There's nice variegation in there. Briar rose, bittersweet. That's another thing I need to do, is organize my floss. My DMC flosses are just a mess. And celery. Oh, that's, I would think celery would be green. It's got a bit of a green hue in here though. I guess this is celery when you don't, like when I've grown celery before and I put a square milk carton for it to grow up to keep it nice and green as it's growing. So I guess this is celery when you don't have that while it's growing. You can see a little green there. So that's my Gent Arts Floss League from Happy Little Stitch Shop. I don't know which month. They don't put the months on them. And then here is, that one must be from November. This must be October's. Cameo Pink. Ooh, I love it. It's almost a peachy pink. Carriage Black. Carrot. Oh, I love that. Caramel Corn. Oh, that's another good one. And then we've got Butternut Squash. Oh, I like that too. So that's probably October's Gent Arts Floss Leagues. Then I signed up for, they're doing a Belle Soie Floss League now at Happy Little Stitch Shop. So I thought I wanted to get in right from the start because I don't have any of these. I have very few silks. These are gorgeous. This is Angel Blush. Gorgeous. Amanda's Apple. And it costs a bit, but in time I'll have enough that I can just choose my colors, you know, look at a sampler and say, okay, I want a red, I want a pink, and I can just go to my collection and see what I have. So then we've got Floss Fix September and October from Fat Quarter Shop. This is gorgeous. These colors look so good together. House Wine. Classic Colorworks. Hydrangea. Oh, that's gorgeous. It goes from a light blue to kind of a periwinkle blue. Really pretty. Jakey Brown. That is more of a, oh, what would you call that? A coral? Not really coral. Like a rose color. Jelly Roll. Cool. Jolly Holly. Joshua Tree. And that's it for September. And October. So we've got Just Rust. I love that color. Key Largo. Oh, look at that blues to mints. Oh, that's beautiful. Khaki Mocha, which is exactly kind of that. It's more khaki-ish there, and mocha is quite a light there. La Tierra. Very nice. That'd be nice earth color. Ladybug. I think I have some Ladybug already. And Lavender Louise. Pretty. All of these are pretty. If I keep collecting floss, I'll have to find a different place to store it because my drawers are getting filled up. And then we've got Floss Frenzy, which is Weeks Dye Works Club, and I've got the September Club. I haven't received the October Club yet. So we've got Island Breeze, Ivy, Jaybird, Juniper, Kentucky Blue, Bluegrass, King Mackerel. Very beautiful. I don't know if I have a favorite floss company. I haven't done enough to really say that I have a favorite one yet. Then I've got my orders from Pine Needles, my itty bitty bowls, which I've only done one of. So I've got my September. I have plans for these. And my October. My bag is filled up to the sides. And then I've got my Grace Notes fabric. And then I got 2 of those. So I've got Mosaic. And this is a 40 count fat quarter. Oh, this is beautiful. This is kind of a purpley tone. That's gorgeous. I like their linen. I don't know if I should cancel or if I should go to the Brights for a while. That's beautiful. And then this yesterday came brown sugar boba. This is a little bit more of a pinky brown than it's showing on the camera. Yeah, you can, if you look in this leaf, it looks like a leaf there. You can kind of see the pinky brown that it is. Beautiful. And then traditional stitches. This is the one I think I'm going to cancel for a bit. Oh man, first of all, I ordered this quite a while ago. This is Fox and Rabbits. I hope it has something on it that tells which one it is. It's the one for Teresa Kogat's hometown. Well, it doesn't have it on, but this is a Fox and Rabbit. I have it written down. What am I saying here? 36 count Up in the Attic for Hometown by Teresa Kogat. So that's what that's going to go to. I don't know if I'm going to start it right away. Where do we start? Okay, I think what I'll do, sorry. This is a Weeks Dye Works. Should have done this off camera. Darn it. Sorry for your ears. I wish they wouldn't do that. Okay, it's going to be kind of mixed up. I wanted to do it like, I have some fat 8s and some fat quarters, but I'm just going to call it like it is as I pull it out. And I'm going to have to put them back in the bag. So this is 40 count linen. That's the color linen. Weeks Dye Works. It's fat quarter and it's $46. And there it is. My screen just went dark. But that's a good for samplers. That's what I should have started my Hawk Run Hollow on, something like that. I think my spring one. But I'm too invested in it now to do anything differently. So then I've got a fat 8 of Picture This plus pewter in 40 count. I still didn't get all the tape off of there. So that's a nice one too. I was only getting that fat 8s of Picture This plus because I do a lot of smaller things. And this gave me a chance to see some of their colors and decide, you know, if I want to reorder something. And then this is Oaken by Picture This Plus, and this again is 40 count fat 8th. This is gorgeous. This is really nice. I've got to start doing videos more often, but you know, truthfully, it means I have to put makeup on and put my wig on. I guess I don't have to do my hair, but I showed that one. Okay, this is 40 count Picture This Plus Phoenix in a fat 8. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, this is Christmas red. It's looking a little oranger on screen, but I wonder if I bring it up more. No, it's still a redder red. This is going to be some Christmas projects. I really think, I didn't realize Picture This Plus, you should probably order a count smaller because it shrinks, the holes shrink, but I'm stitching on some of it now and I'm managing. I just have to go a little slower. And this is the Picture This Plus Fog in a fat 8th. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I need to put them in the bag because I'll forget what colors they are, and I staple the card onto it before I put it away. And then this is, oh, that wasn't up in the attic. This is my Roxy Floss. My Evertote, they started a block linen club. This is the linen from them. I've stitched on Roxy Co linens and I like them too. But sorry, that's not theirs because 36 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit is in this bag. This is a peachier blend. But I've never stitched on, I've heard a lot about Fox and Rabbit. It feels really nice. I've never stitched on it though. I'm not really picky about my linens. I'm more picky about color. And this is Weeks Dye Works Havana. This is gorgeous. I love this. I love a lot of the Weeks Dye Works colors. Oh, I love this color. This is really nice. Yeah, I think I've got a lot of linen. Okay, so then, like I said, I have a fat quarter club. I have the Moda Fat Quarter Club from Fat Quarter Shop. So I think next year I'm going to do the Moda one. I'm going to still do the Moda one, but I'm going to do the Civil War Reproductions. This is Lugana. I already know what I'm doing with this. They did a demo on a video using this Fat Quarter collection. So I already know I'm going to do the same thing with this. Might not be till spring, but these are very springy colors. It would be a good project to take to a retreat. And I'm debating, there's a retreat at the end of November I would like to go to. But I have doctor's appointments in the city the next 2 days after that. And I'm not sure. This retreat is in Manitoba. So I have to drive east, a couple of hours east to get there. And to get home, and then I'd have to go to Regina, which is an hour and a half away. And I'm not sure I can do that. I could have done that years ago, but I'm just not so sure I can now. I would love to go though. But anyway, that's Lugana by Sherry and Chelsea for Moda Fabrics. And then these are, these are the Designer Mystery Block of the Month, Block 4, which I'll have to get working on maybe next week. And look at this one, Block 5. That is so good. You get so much fabric in these. Like, there's so much left over, I can't believe it. It just floors me. And I love it because I hate worrying if I'm going to make a mistake. So this is my Fat Quarter Shop Sayings of the Season. This is Autumn by Stitching with the Housewives. Oh man, this coupon expired. So the leaves are falling, autumn is calling. I haven't started this either. And it's got the fabric, what is it? 28 count black monocle to stitch it on. You've got the finishing fabric for the first layer on the backing. And you've got the classic colorworks for it. Now I haven't started one of these either. Oh, you also get, this is what am I doing? A tag for your bag. Bag tag. Bag tag. And then what else do I have here? I've got my Sew Sampler boxes. I think this is the newest one. It just came. I got a whole bunch of mail yesterday. It was just crazy. So this is September's. And this is the pattern. You've probably all seen this before. I'm not doing this pattern. I'm not a big blue person. So I will do something different. Or else I will substitute a different color in there, maybe. And you get this Jolly Bar with Denim and Daisies by Fig Tree Company. I have the Fat Quarter bundle for that, so I might be able to sub from there. You get a little thing of Aurifil, 2000, or maybe it's MT200. I don't know. You get this, which is kind of cool. If you have to turn up a hem, you can turn up a hem and iron on it. And if you got a curve, you can turn it up. They're kind of neat. More for garment sewing, I think, but I'm thinking of getting back into doing some garment sewing. So this just shows what's in there. You get a 5.5 by 5.5 Creative Grids ruler. That's almost worth the price of the box alone, because this is probably about $25–30 Canadian. Here's another pattern. I'll probably do this pattern. Summer Getaway. I like that much more. And then we get our basket pattern, which I haven't even started on. I need to get started on them. So this was September's box. Honestly, I've only done one, but I'm very optimistic, let's say. I still feel that these boxes are worth the money. Then here's the October box. Here's the basket block pattern. This is some more of Laguna Sunrise by Sherry and Chelsea. So that's kind of cool. Oh, these are cool. These are to organize your stash. Like your fat quarters in that. These are really cool. And you would just take your fat quarter. Let's open this up. Open your, well, it's kind of folded differently than I would. Okay, there we go. Okay, you take your fat quarter. You put this on and you kind of slide your fabric up into there. There we go. And then you just wrap. Oops. And then you can use a little clip, or I use paper clips sometimes. In fact, I have some around here. And I just put a paper clip in there. And there you go. You can put that on your shelf. See how nice, see how nice that would look on your shelf? So we've got, I don't know how many of these we've got. It doesn't say, but they're available in 50 packs. What's this? Oh, it's a sheath. You could put this on the side of your sewing machine. That's a good idea. And stick it on the side, and then you can store your scissor in there. I sew on vintage machines, and I sew on a Juki. So I think that would be good. And then we've got the pattern for a pop-up made out of a fat quarter. I have one of these, but I've never made one. So I think we've got the components besides the fabric that we need. We've got the metal and the spring and the elastic. Cool. And then I like this pattern. We've got this quilt pattern. And you need to order fabric for the star points. But I might have fabric here I can use. I'll have to look and see. I'm trying, one of these things I'm doing with the Sew sampler boxes is the quilt kits come with just a few fabrics, not a whole lot. You have to provide usually your borders, your background, your binding, and your backing. And I have quite an extensive stash, so I'm trying to use up some of the stuff I have in my stash that has been sitting here for years and I haven't used it. Okay, another club I belong to, which I've just canceled, is the Mrs. Quilty box. I wanted to give this a try. I wanted to see what it was like, and I thought I've given it enough of a try. I think if you're just starting out, it's fabulous. Although I haven't done a pattern yet in it to know. Well, actually, truthfully, I don't really read patterns. I just kind of look at the picture and see the measurements and go from there. But it has patterns that you can make with the fabric. But if you compare this to Moda, it's not the same. The quality of the fabrics is much cheaper. But I think if you're just beginning, there's no reason why, like this. The only problem with this, though, is that the shipping in Canada is crazy. This box ends up costing me $80 with the shipping. And it's not worth $80 to me. Actually, these fabrics feel pretty good. They're definitely not something I would pick, which is kind of what I thought when I got the box, is that it will challenge me a bit to think outside the box. Box, 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 box. Actually, these are pretty nice. I didn't really look at them before. And you get 2 bundles of these fat quarters. And then in this one, we got, let's see what we got in here. I haven't even opened these up. Okay, let's see. So we've got some strapping. Must be for a bag of some kind. Let's look and see. Oh, it's for an apron. Where's the apron pattern? Here it is. So that's what the strapping is for. And then this is, I don't know what that is. Polyfill stuffing. Oh, for your pin cushion. Yeah. And then we've got these. It says they're quilt fasteners. Quilt fixing clips. I have no idea what you do with these. I'll have to read in the book and see. I don't know if any of you know. Yeah, I'm just opening it. I have no idea what you do with these. But you push this down and then it comes open. So we've got a gray, a white, a pink, and a blue. unless they're like a button you put on a quilt or something. I don't know. I'll have to read through the instructions and see. So that's one of the boxes. And like I said, I've since canceled. Oh, this one's really dusty. And then there's this one, which I may like because I love those colors. I don't even think I opened this. So here's your fabrics. These are pretty. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's just that that darn shipping makes it so expensive. And then the hearts. Oh, this is cute. Little hearts and little cherries. There's some cherries on there. I like these. I was collecting pinks to do a breast cancer quilt with. That's where these might go. And then we've got some of these. These are great for cross stitch too. You put them over the edge of your, and bunch your fabric underneath. But they're good for bobbins. At least that's what they think they are. Thread spool wraps, okay, not bobbins. And then we've got a couple of wooden buttons and some elastic ties. So what do we get to make in here? We get to make the block of the month. Block of the month. A cup cozy, a glass case, a pillowcase, a quilted throw, and I guess that's it. So that's it for Mrs. Quilting. This is also a good thing. Take it to the retreat. You got everything you need in the retreat. And I don't want that. Okay, I also signed up for the limited edition spooky box from Fat Quarter Shop. 'Tis the season to be spooky. I should see what's in there for. Oh, I'm gonna have to. When does this expire? Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have to remember that. So we get. This is actually, I've seen it opened before, so I know. This can be a rotary cutter container. So I think that's great. I have a man's toolbox, stacking toolbox on wheels that I have my featherweight in, my machine, and it's like I can grab that and go to any retreat or go sewing at a friend's, but I don't have a case for my rotary cutter, so I think that'll be great. Then we've got this Fat Quarter bundle by Maywood Studios. I definitely am going to have a mess when I'm done here. Okay, so we've got this cute little pattern. Creep It Real, isn't that cool? Creep It Real. And then we've got this. And I'm not a seasonal stitcher per se. Like, I don't care if I want to sew this and if Halloween's over, I'll sew it. I might not have time though. I've got a few quilts that are going to take me a little bit of time to finish. Here we go. And I'm thinking if I would get my quilting machine going, well, all I need to do is load some quilts and get going. I could probably finish my 60 for 60 for years. Keep calm and smook on. Spook on. Smook on. And then there's this fabric. There's this candy corn ruler. It's a good quality ruler. And that's for this roof. They sent the ruler so you wouldn't have to paper piece it. So you could do the roof. So cool. Then they sent this Lori Holt vintage trim rickrack. Like, it's so cool. And there's 12 yards on here. They sent this candle. When I'm saying I didn't even look, I didn't even look. So this is clementine and spruce. I'm not sure if I really like it. It smells medicinal to me. And then we've got this. Beautiful bob and topper set. And it comes in this beautiful container. And there's all these. These go on top of your thread spool, and then you could put your bobbin on there. You know, sometimes you use, like, I generally quilt, so I use the same color thread all the time. But then when I have to mend something, I'll tell you something. Don't mend swimsuits with cotton quilting thread in your needle when you're mending your kids' clothes, because the chlorine in the water wrecks the threads, break down the cotton threads. My son told me that. It's like, why am I always mending these? Well, it's because I'm using the wrong thread, apparently. So anyway, that's Witchy Manor. And believe it or not, I still have stuff, you guys. I still have stuff. But here's some cross-stitch stuff. I found this on Temu. And I thought these would be cool. So these are circle. These are just like stencil templates. These are circles. These are more like a quilting ruler. These are squares of different sizes. And then these are like a quilting ruler in circles. And they were very inexpensive. And what I thought they'd be great for is when, okay, I'm doing a cross stitch and I'm going to finish it in a circle shape. I could decide what size goes on it, and I can use both the inner measurement of that ring or the outer measurement of the ring, and I could draw that on my my cross stitch piece, and then I know where to finish it, either cutting it or turning it over. So I thought that was quite cool. And then here I've got just a different amount of sizes for the squares, and then I thought these would do as well, and they may be different sizes. You can put this on your piece and you see it nicely framed in then, and then just draw that circle and you know what size to finish it, and you've got a good circle template to draw from. Then I signed up for another block of the month at Fat Quarter Shop. And it came yesterday like everything else. No, some of this may have come on Monday. But it is this beautiful quilt. It is Dragon Fruit Block of the Month. Now, as much as I love this isn't really something I would normally do. I may use some of those colors, but it's a little wild for me. I actually, most of my quilting in my home is more Civil War reproduction or Kansas Troubles kind of fabric. But here we've got block number 1, which are these 5 blocks. And I think you need to make 4 of each of these blocks. But they have the foundation paper pads. Here's the 4-inch one. So they've got the paper pads for you to do it. Because this quilt is all paper pieced. And I haven't done a lot of that. Actually, I haven't done any of it for years and years and years, and I've wanted to do it. So, and these are the fabrics for month 1. So this is another thing I'll be working on next week. They sell this as the backing fabric. It's I think it's bigger, like the printing on it is bigger based on the 108 wide than this. And there's this one. This looks like malachite. And then there's the birds in blue. I think these may be, I don't know if these are Tula Pinks fabrics or not. And there's all the fruits. Like, again, this is very out of my comfort zone. But I thought it's good to challenge yourself. And I see they shipped, or no, they charged me for it today. So it'll probably go out tomorrow for the next month blocks. So I need to get going on them. And I know this pattern book is awesome because all fat quarter patterns are awesome. They give such good instructions. And there's another picture of the quilt. But yeah, I'm anxious to... Oh, here's a picture of it on a bed. There you go. Quilted quite tightly in swirls. I always look at the quilting. I tend not to quilt that dense, but it's just that it takes so long to do it. Then I was in a local quilt shop the other day. I bought a new printer that prints on fabric, 100% cotton fabric. So I picked it up the other day, and I went and looked at her cross-stitch patterns because we don't have cross-stitch shop up here. So I picked up a Primrose Cottage Welcome Autumn, $13.95. I think I got billed $16.95 for each of these patterns. Fall is in the Air by Fat Quarter Shop. I just love this guy, and I don't even know if I'm going to do Fall is in the Air. I might just finish him like this. He's so cute. Christmas Barn by Primrose Cottage. Rudolph. Oh Dear by It's So Emma. Oh, and that's my book. I don't need that. So I picked those up. And then I told myself, Winona, you cannot buy this until you finish Crows in the Corn. And then I saw Fat Quarter Shop was sold out. And I thought, okay, Winona, you need to buy it. So I contacted Happy Little Stitch Shop to see if I could pick it up from them and if they would send it with my monthly stuff. And they said yes. So I got this. And I'm really going to have to work on Crows in the Cornfield because I really want to get started with this. It comes in this beautiful box. Here's the pattern. Decorating the Tree. I love this. I would have preferred to just buy the pattern because I do have the Fat Quarter bundle and make do with stash, maybe picking up the border and that, and maybe the sashing fabrics and that. But you can't get the pattern if you don't buy the box. So, and you may be able to get it later. So these are all the fabrics. And then there's 2 layer cakes in here of Hometown Holiday. And then this after has dividers. So you can put them in here and you can store Christmas tree ornaments in here. Well, I have a lot of Christmas tree decorations, probably more than I have room to put on 10 trees. It's probably my favorite time of the year. So once Crows in the Corn is done, this is getting done. This is getting finished. Now, what else do I have? Plans. Oh, I got into StitchCon Weekend B, so I'm so excited. And I got into the Jingle Ball. I'm taking 3 classes in the Jingle Ball, but I can't remember what they are. I'll have to look them up. I wasn't sure when I wrote this up what I was going to do, but I've made up my mind what I'm doing for November. I'm going to stitch Christmas things. So I'm not doing my, well, I am doing one of my Whipco ones because it is a Christmas one, so I'll work on it. I'm going to start on these and see how many I can get done in November. And my weekly, like I might keep my Sunday stitch. It's hard to say. I can make up my mind and decide what I'm going to do because I'm a big girl. I sometimes forget that I have my own mind and I can make it up. I'm working with wire in my jewelry, and I've been watching videos to learn more. And I'm just going to put one of my bracelets here. It's staring at me. This is a bracelet I made last year. But, what was I saying? Oh, the wire working. I've struggled working with wire. And one of the ladies said in the video, "You're the boss of the wire. Don't let the wire be the boss of you." So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm the boss of the wire. So don't let the wire be the boss of me. So anyway, November's Christmas. I'm going to sew on smalls. December, I'm going to try to finish some of the smalls that I started this year. Try to get them done so that I can fully finish in January. And then I think my plan for next year is I'm still going to continue my big pieces. See, the problem is when you live in Canada, I've been wanting to buy Brenda Gervais patterns. And every time I go on, they're all at least $20 Canadian. And I think to myself, I can't spend $20 Canadian on just a small little pattern, when I can buy a big pattern for that price. So I buy all the big patterns, but I really need to get some small ones. So I think next year I'm going to try to sew some smaller things that I can decorate my house with and just plug along on the bigger ones. But we'll see. There's a long time till January. I can change my mind. So I think I'll leave you today with all my decisions and my indecisions. And I wish you lots of love and happiness until we meet again. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.